Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream, and I'm going to do the August the 18th just for today in a meditation. I am pre-recording this meditation because some things have come up and I will be unable to record on that day. So let's go ahead and get into the screen. Hope everyone is doing well. I am doing excellent. Thank you guys for all of your support, your prayers. I really appreciate it. Okay, what do we have here? The title of the meditation for today, How Long Do I Have to Go? That's a good question. The way to remain a productive, responsible member of society is to put our recovery first. That comes from the basic text, page 102. The meetings have been great. Each night we've attended, we gathered with other addicts to share experience, strength, and hope. And each day we've used what we've learned in the meetings to continue in our recovery. Meanwhile, life goes on. Work, family, friends, school, sport, entertainment, community activities, civic obligations all call out for our time. The demands of everyday living sometimes makes us ask ourselves, how long do I have to go to these meetings? Let's think about this. Before coming to Narcotics Anonymous, could we stay clean on our own? What makes us think we can now? Then there's the disease itself to consider, the chronic self-centeredness, the obsessiveness, the compulsive behavior patterns that express themselves in so many areas of our lives. Can we live and enjoy life without effective treatment for our disease? No. Ordinary people may not have to worry about such things, but we're not ordinary people. We're addicts. We can't pretend we don't have a fatal progressive illness because we do. Without our program, we may not survive to worry about the demands of work, school, family, or anything else. NA meetings gives us the support and direction we need to recover from our addiction, allowing us to live the fullest lives possible. Just for today, I want to live and enjoy life. To do that, I will put my recovery first. Now let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of serenity prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Ooh, that was a mouthful there. That meditation is saying a lot. And yeah, it's quite simple. It comes down to this, right? How long do I have to go to meetings? And many people hit this plateau where they think they've gotten everything that they can ever get from Narcotics Anonymous, from every speaker, every meeting, every service position, everything that they've come in here to do, stay clean and live a productive life. They've attained those things. Um, and still they have to be honest enough to acknowledge that they're addicts. At the end of the day, I'm Mighty Stream and I'm an addict. Am I a grateful recovering addict? Absolutely. Do I throw that in there sometimes? Absolutely. But there's a certain awareness when I say I am an addict. With 31 years coming up on August 28th, right? So 10 days from now, I will have 31 years clean. No slips, no trips, no weekend dips. And I still manage to go to a meeting every week, whether I'm sick or whether I'm not. And that's just one home group, right? That's just my home group on Mondays, right? I make that meeting no matter what. Now, there's times I have another obligation to the community and I have to dip out, but I make that meeting. I'm there when that meeting starts, and I make sure all of the readings are delivered, that we have people that are reading and helping. It's important to me. Yeah, it benefits other people, but it's important to me to remain grounded as an individual that knows that they need recovery. It's a scary thing. Now, I've told the story about this breast cancer. It's a scary thing to think that there was something inside of my body long before I found it that was killing me, right? But here's the caveat. This is the point I'm making. While I have the disease of cancer, it can be terminal if I don't treat it. That's why I'm going to chemotherapy. Just had chemotherapy yesterday and I'm batting 1,000. I feel excellent right now, but I know I will tank in about 4 or 5 days. Okay. So I have to treat it. Can it terminate my life? Can it be terminal? Absolutely. But I have better chances of survival if I treat it with what has been proven to take care of it, to kill it, actually, right? And or some people will say to cure it, right? Give me a reprieve from this disease in my body that's trying to take me out. Give me a daily reprieve, right? And I don't know how much time, but I do know that this is treatable. It's the same thing with the disease of addiction, guys, because we're dealing with something that has the potential to be terminal. It has the potential to kill us. They said that these jails, institutions, and death, and not exactly in that order, these are things that you will experience without a shadow of a doubt, right? At some point in time, if you continue to determine that you can use, that you're really not that bad, that you're really not an addict. See, I can't play with it. Coming up on 31 years, yeah, I can afford to go without a meeting. I can. I can. Yeah. But my life is sweeter, it's better when I admit that I'm an addict and I'm responsible for my recovery. So here's the question. Keep it real simple. Before you got to the doors of Narcotics Anonymous, were you able to stay clean on your own? I would say 99% of us are going to have to say, I did not white knuckle it, right? I went into the hospital with an overdose, maybe two or three or four, right? Right? With us, right? Because people that use opioids, right, they don't realize that once you stop using, you can't go back to using the same amount that you used to. So 9 times out of 10, if you relapse with that, you're going to experience some a situation, let's put it like that, an overdose. That doesn't necessarily mean death, right? But it does mean that you probably are experiencing having way too much in your system, more than you can handle if you go back like that. So that's where these Narcan kits come in, right? To try to revitalize you, right? So if you're a person, you're teeter-tottering and you're thinking, you can go back out, I wouldn't deny you the opportunity to have an experience that can be life changing. But if you are a person that you're here and you know goodness well that you were not able to stay clean on your own, you might get 30 days, but did you get 31? Right? So think about this. Think about this because even if you're sitting in a treatment facility right now, you need to be thinking about all of the things that led you to where you are and come to some awareness or self-acceptance that you don't have to have all the answers. You didn't have all the answers, and you'll find more answers hanging out with us than doing any of the other stuff that you were doing. Look, listen, I have a higher power that I choose to call God. I have a faith that I live by. Not perfectly, but I live by. And when I'm not living by the constructs of this faith that I have, right, there's a way for me to deal with that still allow me to live burden free, right? So, and that's not anybody's business. I'm just throwing it out there. If you are a person that you engage religion, politics, or any form of what I would call a ritual type act that you might perform to some people sage their houses, all this different stuff that people do. Some people believe, let me do my yoga. I got this pose. I've done this. Some people are into the chakra stuff, right? That goes with that. Some people are into all of that, and that's fine if that's what's working for you. But at the end of the day, with all of that, see, it said that we tried religion, psychiatry. Some people have had it beaten over their head. We've tried everything. And it says in the basic text, right, that when we try to enforce morality lacks the power, basically, and I'm paraphrasing, to keep us clean, right? It lacks the power because it's an inside job. It's something that you have to do. And so if you have all of those other things, then why are you here? If all of those other things actually worked for you. Now, some people develop these rituals or religion, interaction with faith systems after they get here, but the majority of the people have had some exposure. And if none of that was working to stop you from using, why would not, why would you not continue to come to Narcotics Anonymous, which has helped you moment by moment, second by second, day by day to stay clean? And that's what you need to ask yourself. That's what I have to ask myself. And I do it every day. I do it every day. I would say every day of my life, I engage recovery on some level, whether it's fellowship, sponsorship, my sponsor going up the line, right? I engage recovering people, and they are the people that I hang with, right? They're my tribe. I don't have one individual that is a using addict that is a part of my day-to-day life other than the nephew, right? And he's not part of my day-to-day life. The nephew of the boys that I'm raising and have full custody of, right? But there isn't any other addict that I engage on any level. There's no one from my past that I engage on that. I don't care what you use. If I'm at a reunion or something and they're serving alcohol, that stuff don't bother me anymore, right? It don't bother me anymore the way that it used to because I know who I am, I know whose I am, and I know that Narcotics Anonymous works for me. I want it to work for you, right? I want it to work for you. And I want you thinking about that today with this meditation. Do me a favor, reread this meditation and get together with at least one other person and go over each paragraph and just say, I want to practice fellowshipping over the literature and just practice paragraph by paragraph. Someone read it, the person that is reading, they expound on what that means to them, and then you take a turn. And everybody just take a turn. Don't take an hour, right? Just take a turn and start practicing. Maybe you go to a meeting where you have a limited time to share. Start practicing sharing in that 4 to 5 minute range, right? And I guarantee you, your life will be sweeter when you start living this on a day-to-day basis, moment by moment, hour by hour, day by day, week by week, month by month. You will find that you will be enriched. Family, my name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you today, and I am going to have a beautiful day on purpose. And I want for you to do the same because you really do deserve it. Talk to you later.